If people are not able to understand the strength of the moon, the dignity of the moon, and whether they have a special moon in their horoscope, then you will be missing out one of the greatest boons that the zodiac has ever given anyone in their lives. Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. We have been doing this entire series of do you have a special planetary energy in your horoscope. In that line we have done Sun, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn and so on. Today we will be talking about do you have a special moon in your horoscope. And I consider moon to be the most important planet or planetary energy in your horoscope. This is because moon is the karaka of your mind, the manas. Moon is your attachment, moon is your consciousness, which makes you who you are. Moon is also the lord of the fourth house. I consider fourth house as one of the most important houses after the lagna, which is also your happiness, your peace, your tranquility, your harmony, your assets, your family, your mother. And so moon I consider to be very special planetary energy in our horoscopes. And so a lot of importance has to be given to the placement of the moon, the dignity of the moon, and if moon has a special status in your horoscope, or is debilitated, or is combusted, or is weak, or is afflicted, or is a special moon. So today we will be talking about how the zodiac may have given you a special moon by virtue of its placement, its strength, its conjunctions, its dignity, and whether you are missed knowing whether you have a special moon or not. Because my approach to giving you the meaning of special moon, or if it's good, if it's in good dignity, is so that you are able to extract the maximum energy from the planetary entity and utilize that energy to be able to get the best results for yourself as well as for others. So let's jump in and understand whether you have a special moon in your horoscope by virtue of certain entities that the moon is bringing, certain energy that the moon is bringing by virtue of its placement, by virtue of its strength, by virtue of its conjunction and other energies involved. So firstly, moon in its own sign in Cancer. Moon in friendly signs is also a strong moon, but it cannot qualify as a special moon, especially if it's not in a conjunction or in a special placement connected to other planets. On its own, moon can be a special entity in your horoscope only if it's either in its own sign of Cancer or in exaltation in Taurus. So starting with moon in its own sign in Cancer, if moon is in its own sign in Cancer and if its degrees at which it is in the Cancer sign is closer to or the same degrees as that of the ascendant. So if your ascendant, your lagna is at 3 degrees, moon is also at 3 degrees in Cancer, then you have truly a special moon, because this is a very powerful moon. If your ascendant is at 10 degrees, whichever your lagna may be, whichever the zodiac sign may be, moon is in Cancer in its own sign again at 10 degrees, the same degrees of the ascendant, then this is a very strong moon. This is truly a powerful moon. This is a special moon, as long as it is not afflicted with any other malefics. So moon, if it's in its own sign of Cancer in any of the Kendra houses, first house, fourth house, seventh house or 10th house, or in the trine houses 5th and 9th, this is a very strong moon. This is truly a special moon if it's not afflicted by any other malefics, and it should not be in the Kendram dosha, which means it should not have empty houses on either side of the moon. It can have either in a conjunction, strong conjunction with Jupiter or Mars or even with Sun, or has at least one planet, even if it's a malefic, doesn't matter, on either of the first house, the penultimate house to which house it is placed in. Say for example, we talk about moon in Cancer, which means any planet if it's placed in the Gemini sign, or any planet which is placed in the Leo sign, will not have the Kendram dosha getting involved. Then it's a truly special moon. Now what does moon do when it's a special moon, especially in its Cancer sign, and especially if it's at the similar degrees or close to the degrees of the ascendant? In the ascendant, it may make you look very beautiful. It may give you a strong consciousness. It may make you conscientious person. It may also make you attached to the right areas of life rather than chase those areas of life which may not serve you, unnecessarily emotionally getting attached to or involved with other people who may not serve you, but getting attached to higher meaning, higher dissemination, which will eventually help you in the elevation of the soul. So moon in the Lagna, say for example it's in the Cancer sign and closer to the degree of the ascendant, is a truly special moon. Then in the 4th house, one of the strongest placements of moon, it can give you assets, it can give you happiness, it can give you peace, it can give you tranquility, it can give you big house, good family, good looking spouse, caring spouse also. Then moon in the 7th house can also give you a good looking spouse, caring spouse. However, sometimes you may end up with a more emotional spouse than what you may have bargained for. So this is slightly tricky placement if you are not able to use your intelligence, your wisdom right, and if you're not able to manage those energies, the high emotional energies right. Moon in the 10th house in Cancer sign at the closer degree of the ascendant is a very strong placement of high innovation, high creativity and high technologically oriented success connected to your career. Moon in the 5th or the 9th house in Cancer sign at closest to the degree of the ascendant, it's a very powerful placement. Moon in the 5th house in Cancer at the same degrees as the ascendant can give you very accomplished, at least in one of the arts, singing, in painting, in dancing, or being an actor, being somebody who is a big influencer on the social media, on the stage. Somewhere you can be a good performer, can get you connected to money, huge amounts of money, or connected to some work or career related to money or technology, and can give you also a very special boon to be able to attract a lot of beautiful connections, spouse maybe later, or get you connected to beautiful people in romantic liaisons. But you need to be careful with moon in the 5th house, especially when the attractions come. You should not allow it to defocus from that work which is being given to you by the zodiac. Moon in the 9th house in its own sign in Cancer can give you very high educational qualification and help you connected to those realms which are connected to engineering, technology, high quality of technology, and give you very high qualification, give you a very strong mind, focused mind, and also make you somebody who is very empathetic, religious, who has strong sense of values and beliefs, and maybe good success over a period of time connected to foreign lands, foreign degrees as well. Then moon in the Artha Bhavas, which is the 2nd house, 6th house in its own sign in Cancer sign, closer to the degrees of the ascendant. This can attract a lot of money. 2nd house moon, a lot of money, good remuneration, good livelihood, very good earning. 6th house, through service you will be able to earn. Maybe you're a doctor, maybe you are connected to the medical profession. In some way you're connected to a caring industry, hospitality, working for spas, being a masseur, whatever. But you will also get a lot of money. You will also be able to do a lot of service, especially when moon is in the 6th house and connected to any benefits. This can be a very special moon. Then moon in the 11th house. This is one of the fantastic moons. 11th house is the house of wishes and desires. Moon is also your attachment. So if moon is in Cancer sign in the 11th house, closer to the degree of the ascendant, then this can give you a lot of name, fame, adulation, attraction from the social media. People love you, people want to emulate you, people follow you, people are crazy after you, people are emotional after you. Sometimes we see performances where some star is performing and the public, those people who are in the audience are going crazy, they are becoming emotional, they are crying, they are screaming. This is the kind of name, fame, adulation the moon in the Cancer sign can give you in the 11th house. Then moon in exaltation, closer to 3 degrees in the Kritika Nakshatra, because moon gets exalted at 3 degrees in the Kritika Nakshatra. This is a truly special moon, especially if moon is closer to the degree of the ascendant, also when it is in Taurus. So in the Kendra and Trine houses, it's a very special moon. It can give you a lot of attraction, emulation from people, adulation from people, but this is a money sign, this is a money placement. So whatever you do, if it's in the Lagna, moon in the Taurus and the Lagna closer to 3 degrees in Kritika, maybe a few degrees here and there getting into, say for example, Rohini also, even in Bharani, then too you can get huge success. You can be very good looking person, and because of your looks you can be able to attract a lot of name, fame, attention also. Maybe you are a model, maybe you are an actor. In whatever way, your looks will be a big factor in you getting a lot of money. You can also be a very intelligent person, moon in exaltation and Taurus sign. Same thing with moon in the 4th house in Taurus, closer to the degree of the ascendant, or in Kritika Nakshatra at 3 degrees, or maybe even in Rohini or Bharani. It will still give you a lot of assets, give you a lot of money, give you a beautiful spouse, and give you an opportunity to build your assets over a period of time. Same thing when moon gets into either the 5th or the 9th houses. Also in the 5th house, this will not only give you artistic demeanor, you can be a great artist, or you can also be a great technology oriented person, finance oriented person, but this is more money than when moon is in Cancer. So moon in any of the Kendra houses, first 4, 7 and 10, or the trine houses 5 and 9, this is an excellent position for maybe attracting more materialistic gains, especially money, hard money. But this is very special in the Lagna, 4th house, 5th and the 9th house, and slightly less in the 7th and the 10th houses, because the 7th house has the Libra energies. Venus rules Libra, and Venus is not very friendly with moon. And the 10th house, for example, has Capricorn energies also. Moon is not very friendly with Saturn either. So moon, to a lesser extent, in the 7th and the 10th house will give you huge money, name, fame, adulation. 7th house, it will give you a beautiful caring spouse. In the 10th house, it will make you a very technology oriented person, maybe an engineer, somebody who is very adept, either connected to finance or engineering or technology. Then a special mention to moon either in the Cancer sign or in the Taurus sign in the 3rd house. Communication par excellence, one skill that will be given to you, which will be connected to especially the arts, either dancing or singing or communication. You will be fantastic. You will be somebody who can be very sophisticated in your language. You may be able to sing very well. You will be able to do very well on the social media, maybe on YouTube, Instagram, whatever you do. A lot of models or people who are performers on Instagram who are doing very well, who have a lot of following, will have somewhere very strong moon, and usually they will have some connection to the 3rd house or the 11th house. So if you have moon in the 3rd house, you can truly be a very successful media person. On the other hand, moon either in the Cancer sign or the Taurus sign in the 8th house can give you a lot of excellence, though 8th house also has Scorpio energies, but your moon is strong in Cancer or in Taurus. In the Cancer sign, it can also give you a lot of caring approach to your work, your career. So for example, getting in any caring environment in the medical profession or in psychiatry, being a psychiatrist who is helping other people. Also somebody who is into alternate healing, for example pranic healing, or maybe Reiki, or maybe an astrologer, or maybe tarot. But these people are very intuitive. Rather than depending on the skills that they have learned, the techniques that they have learned, these are intuitive people. Even when they've just started to maybe analyze somebody, they will get an intuition of what's happening. They will get solution in their dreams. Sometimes they may get weird dreams also. But these people sometimes also suffer during the healing process because of absorbing the energy of the client, the negative energy of the client. So this is a truly gifted placement that you can help a lot of others, but you need to protect yourself as well. Same thing, moon in the 12th house. This is a very strong placement, one of the most spiritual placements, especially in Cancer or in Taurus. Very fantastic placement, even in conjunction, which we'll talk about in some time. But either in Cancer or Taurus, especially in Taurus in the 12th house, lot of money, lot of success coming from foreign lands, connected to medical profession, being a doctor who's really held in high esteem, maybe a surgeon, maybe an occultist also. However, this is also a placement where you can also be a spiritual guru. If Jupiter also serves you, or is helping in the getting into the equation in some way. Then moon in 12th house can also make you very spiritual person or even a spiritual guru. Somebody is very spiritual in their demeanor, and through their demeanor of being spiritual, very caring, very empathetic, very understanding, and having the energies given by the zodiac, you can be a healer, you can be a problem solver, even in technical professions. Then moon in special conjunctions, especially the conjunction with Jupiter, Mars and Sun, stands above anything else. Moon with Jupiter, Gajkesari yoga, very, very strong yoga. So in the Kendras of the trine houses, moon with Jupiter, especially in friendly sign or in Cancer sign or in Taurus sign, is a truly special moon. In the Lagna, it will give you name, fame, adulation, money, but in a very wise manner. You will not lose your mind, you will not get overly empathetic, you will not be overly giving, you will not be overly emotional, because Jupiter will temper the emotional part of moon. It will keep the balance, and in a very intelligent manner, in a very wise manner, huge success may come to the person. So in the Lagna, a truly gifted person who will attract maybe energies from or successes or material success from all realms, through their work, through their plans, through their relationship, in their health. In the 4th house, moon and Jupiter, especially in Cancer, no better yoga can overshoot this conjunction. Fantastic placement. Same thing in the 5th house, huge name, fame, adulation, connected to arts, connected to commerce. In the 9th house, connected to studies. You want any degree, moon and Jupiter strong, without any malefics involved, you can get all sorts of educational qualifications, you can get very high degrees, you can get PhDs as well, and through that you can be able to do very well. Moon and Jupiter in the 9th house can also make you get a very high placement in very reputed institutes, educational institutes or spiritual institutes, religious institutes also, or even connected to travel, tourism, airline industry. I have seen this, especially either moon very strong or Jupiter very strong, or Jupiter and moon conjunction in the 9th house, either with pilots or even with air hostesses. This can be a very, very good placement, or having a very strong placement, being masters or head of the departments or dean of educational universities, or having very, very strong contribution in spirituality, even religious institutes. Then moon and sun, this is especially not in every house, but in the 1st house where sun gets exalted in the Lagna, or in the 5th house which is strong Leo energy. So sun does very, very well here, moon does very well here. Then in the 9th house, again sun does very well. Sun is the Karaka of the father, so sun does very well in the 9th house, and moon does very well in any of these 3 houses as well. And lastly, sun and moon in the 10th house can give you excellent reputation, placement with very, very high officials, get you the power and authority, and a very smart thinking person. The only thing is, when sun and moon are in conjunction, the influence of Mercury should be less, because Mercury may afflict the moon also, because moon is what? Moon is your attachment, moon is your emotionality, moon is your consciousness. Mercury will bring in an angle of more logic, more practicality, and a perfectionist, maybe a complaining person or analytical person. Moon is not so analytical. Moon goes with the emotions, moon goes with the conscientiousness. So if Mercury is less in degrees and sun is slightly higher in degrees, and then moon is more stronger in degrees than sun, so Mercury should be low and then sun should be 3, 4, 10 degrees above Mercury, whatever it is, and the difference between sun and moon should be not less than 8 degrees but not more than 15 degrees. Then this can be a very, very strong conjunction between sun and moon, either in the Lagna, in the 5th house, in the 9th house, in the 10th house, and this can be a fantastic placement even in the 11th house. This can make you a politician par supreme. This can give you very high positions in very big organizations, maybe the MD, the CEO also. It can make you an industrialist. You can also give you, even if you're not doing very well on the money side, this can give you very, very strong social connections. You may have friends who are celebrities, or number of people know you. Even if you're an introvert, somewhere you will find that either you get a very strong placement in a corporate field, in a very big, large organization, or you may be connected to very important social causes, and there you get a lot of success. Then moon and Venus together, these will do very well in 3 houses. In the 2nd house, moon and Venus can do very, very well. 2nd house has Taurus energies, and Venus rules Taurus. Moon gets exalted in the second house in the Taurus sign. So usually this conjunction either in Taurus or in Cancer, and to a slightly lesser extent in Libra, can do very well. Huge amount of monies can give you. This can put so much money in the banks that you don't know what to do with that money. Secondly, Moon and Venus in the sign of Cancer or Taurus or Libra in the 4th house. Huge amount of money, houses, properties, vehicles, jewelry, you name it, and you will get that, especially with Moon and Venus in the 4th house. This is a boon given by the zodiac, to have beautiful house, to have beautiful spouse, to have large houses, to have beautiful houses. And one of the most important things here is that you will not only be able to have a lot of money, but you will also be able to spend the money to enjoy a very good quality, a very rich life as well. Then Moon and Venus in the 11th house. This can make you very beautiful. This can also make you a celebrity. This can make you an artist. This can make you a performer, or this can get you connected to money in some way. Moon and Venus, or it can make you somebody who's an engineer, connected to technology and getting huge success, huge adulation, especially connected to money, and all your wishes and desires getting fulfilled. And you can make a lot of good friends. Sometimes you may be overly attracted, or a lot of beautiful people may be attracted to you. Really splendid placement, Moon and Venus conjunction in the 11th house or the 2nd house or the 4th house, and maybe to an extent even in the 7th house. Then Moon and Mercury conjunction to a lesser extent. However, the degree difference between them should be at least between 7 to 8 degrees, but not more than 15 degrees. Then this can be a truly very strong conjunction. But this can do very well in the 3rd house of communication, where you can be a very good singer, you can be a social media artist, you can be in marketing, you can also do very well on the Instagram or such platforms. Then Moon and Mercury together in the 5th house, you can give you strong acumen to make money, even through stocks, even through the share market, or in some investments you can make a lot of money. And then in the 10th house, Moon and Mercury conjunction, where the degree difference between 8 to 15 degrees, or not less and not more, then this can make you an engineer, this can make you a strong analyst, this can make you take you into IT, this can also take you into very high degree of analytical work, strategic work, where you can become the backbone of the organization through a lot of strategy that you create for the organization. Then Moon and Mars conjunction, the Chandramangal Yoga, is excellent in the 1st house, excellent in the 3rd house, excellent in the 5th house, excellent in the 6th house, excellent even in the 8th house, though maybe to a slightly lesser extent. Then very well performing in the 9th house and the 10th house, and very well performing in the 11th house also, and to a lesser extent in the 12th house. So if there is one conjunction which works best with Moon, is Mars in number of houses. In the 3rd house, Mars is the Karaka of the 3rd house. In the 6th house, Mars is the Karaka of the 6th house also. 8th house, Mars rules the 8th house. So in these 3 houses where Moon can give slightly lesser result than in the Kendras, because of influence of Mars, it can give you excellent results. In the 3rd house, Moon and Mars can make you somebody who has your own business, own enterprise. You can be an industrialist. You can do excellent, especially in the social media. Anything in media that you do with Moon and Mars in the 3rd house or connected to arts, you will do very well. Moon and Mars in the 6th house, you will overcome all competition. Any competitive exam you sit, you will be able to do very well. And a sportsman par supreme, especially you can do extremely well in athletics, especially very well in swimming. Moon is water, Mars is competition, 6th house is the house of competition. So in the water, you will beat all competition. Then Moon and Rahu also. Now here, Moon and Sun get eclipsed by Rahu. The only thing is, the degree difference again between Moon and Rahu should not be less than 8, not more than 15 degrees, and no other malefic should be involved. Then too, this is a very strong energy, and Rahu can give you the impetus to the Moon, the most strong acumen, the thinking power, the power to be able to be thinking very critically, very innovatively, very creatively. This can be one of the very excellent placements where it can give you breakthrough in technology, somebody who comes up with great technological solutions, and through that is able to do a huge favor to the masses. Very strong conjunction, provided no malefics are involved. Degree difference between Moon and Rahu is not less than 8, not more than 15. Same thing with moon and Ketu also, though this is a slightly tricky placement. This has a lot of demonic forces also involved. This can also take away a lot of energy of the moon also. This can have a lot of intuitive and the other realm energies also, weird dreams, intuition, connected to occult. All of these disseminations can come in, but this is slightly better. Moon and Ketu, not degree difference, should not be less than 8, not more than 15, in the 6th house, in the 8th house and the 12th house. In the 12th house, this can give you a special demeanor, because of which you can do a lot of charitable work, you can do a lot of donation, you can be very, very helpful to people, you can also do a lot of problem solving for others, and this is one placement which can also keep you one step in the next realm, where you can move into even moksha because of the kind of work that you do. Then moon under the aspect, either in Cancer sign or Taurus sign, by any other benefic. If moon is in Taurus sign under the aspect of either Jupiter or with Mars or even by Sun, this is a very, very strong placement. This is an excellent placement. So Mars will give you the high energy to overcome all competition. Jupiter will enlarge the strength of moon. Sun will give you the brightness. So whichever house moon is placed in either Cancer sign or Taurus, especially the Kendra houses and the trine houses under the aspect of Mars, with the 4th aspect of Mars, 5th or 9th aspect of Jupiter, or the 7th aspect of Sun, very, very special moon surely. Then moon in conjunction in a special yoga with the aspect of another strong friendly planet. For example, moon in a Gajkesari yoga with Jupiter with the 4th aspect of Mars, or moon in a Chandramangal yoga with Mars with the 5th or the 9th aspect of Jupiter. Then moon in any of these yogas, strong yogas, maybe it's a Sunafa yoga or the Anafa yoga or the Dhurdura yoga under the aspect of either Sun, Jupiter or Mars, can give you excellent results as well. Then one of the best placements, if moon is placed with any planet which is in a Panch Mahapurush yoga, for example, moon is with Jupiter in the Cancer sign in any of the Kendra houses. Jupiter, as we know, it forms one of the Panch Mahapurush yogas either in the Sagittarius sign or the Pisces sign or the Cancer sign in the Kendra houses. And if moon also gets involved, excellent placement. Similarly with Saturn in a Sasha yoga in many of the Kendra houses, or in a Malavya yoga with Venus, or in a Bhadra yoga with Mercury, for example, or even in a Ruchak Mahapurush yoga with Mars. Excellent placement in any of the Kendra houses, except with Mars in the 4th house and the 7th house can be tricky. But moon in conjunction with Mars in a Ruchak Mahapurush yoga in the Lagna or the 10th house can be something which hardly anybody can overcome this person. This person has winning written all over his horoscope. Lastly, in any of the money yogas, for example in the Mahabhagya yoga or the Lakshmi yoga in any of the trine houses, again moon can give you excellent results. Then as we talked about moon in the 8th house, even if it's not in conjunction with, say for example Mars, but if it's in Cancer sign or Taurus sign under the aspect of a benefic, for example under the aspect of Jupiter or under the aspect of Mercury or Venus, can still give you very, very good results in the field of research, in the field of taxation, technology, or in the field of psychiatry also. Moon in the 12th house, even if it's alone, but either in the Cancer sign or the Taurus sign under the aspect of Jupiter, Venus and Mercury, can also give you very, very good results, especially connected to foreign lands, foreign service or spirituality also, or in the medical profession as well. And lastly, moon even with sun in the 12th house can be very, very good. This is one of the best placements for moon with sun, because this has a lot of soul, spiritual denotation also. Soul is the sun, and it's said that sun goes into the 12th house to die. So here it has more spiritual meaning rather than actual somebody going to die. Moon with sun in the 12th house can give you a lot of spiritual dissemination also, where if you're doing a lot of work, selfless work to others, soul can elevate strongly and you can really have a crack at moksha itself, either in conjunction with sun or moon in the 12th house or even aspecting that house. So friend, now that we have talked about the multiple placements of moon when it can be a special moon in your horoscope, understand the placement of moon in your horoscope understand its dignity, understand its strength, understand what's promising, understand its manifestation, and utilize it to your advantage. Moon and sun are usually two entities which, if you understand very well, and if you are able to handle these two energies very well, digging deep and taking care of the strengths very well, to a large extent, to 60 to 70%, you will be able to manage your life and you will have able to have a better life. But if you have a special moon specially, and if you utilize its strength very well, if you understand its dignity very well, and if you understand its manifestation very well, this is a boon given to you by the zodiac itself, but for both the huge success in the worldly realm as well as in the spiritual realm. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the link given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.